Welcome back to PJ Chen Design. This is PJ. Today I would like to show you how to use the Rhino 3D software to create this hoop earring. One of them is plain and the other one is more like a peep pod. Are you ready? Let's get started. So those two hoop earring was built in the sub-D. I will show you the regular way for building in the Rhino NURBS, and then the reason I choose to build it in the sub-D. You can build into the regular Rhino NURBS for no problem. It just have some challenging on it. So that's starting from the scratch. That's starting at the front view. We're gonna use a circle command, snapping into the 0 for whatever size that you want. If you try to make an egg shape and then you try to pull this up and pull them in, it look alright, but if you look in the detail, you're going to see right here at this point and also at this point there's a kink there. Alright, so it doesn't look too good. So what I would like to do is I have this circle and it's in the degree 2. I'm going to rebuild this circle into degree 3. We can keep the same point count, but just need to change the degree to degree 3 and then we click OK. So now this is a continuous curve. I can pull this up, no problem. Even though I try to make them pointed on the top, you won't see the kink there because it's now a degree 3 curve. Okay, so once I have this one, I'm going to copy, Control C, paste, Control V. So now I have two pieces right there. One of the piece I'm going to use the scale tool, scale 3D, and bring it down to whatever how high that I wanted to have. Okay, so now I get something like this. This is just for our reference line. And then I'm going to coming over here on my right view, and the one on the big one, I'm going to rotate it. So let's go ahead to rotate this guy for whatever degree. Like this is for like how wide they wanted this piece to be. So with that one, I'm going to mirror this piece to the other side. So then we have a structure look like this. All right, now we wanted to coming over to here, and then I wanted to draw a straight line. So let's use a command for polyline, and I'm going to trim it using the command for trim command to get rid of the things on the top. That's where we're going to have an earring wire, right? So in my perspective, I have my structure as a 3 line. I can delete this line right here. Now to making a profile, I'm going to use the arc tool, and you're going to have an arc, started, end, and the point. So we got 3 line here, started, end, and the midpoint, right? So let's do it one more time. Started here, end, and the midpoint. Right, so then I have like two curve right there. It can be my cross section when I try to sweep. Now let's do one more time. This one we want to do it in the middle. Is snapping into midpoint for start, end, and also the midpoint. So we have all this line right here. Okay, so in the regular Rhino surface, we are going to use a sweep to rail, and you got rail 1, you got rail 2, you got cross section 1, 2, and 3. All right, so then we'll get this really beautiful shape here. All right, however, how we're going to make it into the solid, we can use the command under the surface for offset surface, right? So you pick up this surface and then you want to offset. You can offset inside or outside. Let's say I want to flip it everybody inside, and the distance I want something thin like a sheet metal. So I'm going to go with a 0.8 for my thickness and hit enter, and then we'll get something like this. Now you see that little bit coming out at the end. That's because the direction of the surface, and the surface getting really complicated there, right? Now if you click on this one, it will say it's a closed solid polished surface. We're gonna have an earring wire, so that may not affect it too much. But the problem is when we are trying to take a look on the render, you see all the edges is really sharp, right? If you wanted to make it rounder edges, then you want to use the fillet edges command, and we want to get something super small like 0.2 millimeter right here, and then we're gonna select all the edges and hit enter. And you kind of get that extra surface there. Let's go back to the ghost view and see what that is. This is because the fillet edges, it's not working in certain area. So that is the part that is gonna cause some problem, right? So if there's a other solution for that, yes, you might want to trim it off and clean, and it's better. This surface right here, it got a clean cut. It may work better. All right, but I wanted to show you something else. So I'm gonna put this one on the side for the comparison. In our Rhino 7, you got the sub D tool right here on the drop down menu, or you can open the sub D tab, and on the sub D you the same thing that you have for sub D sweep tool. All right, so we're gonna use sub D sweep tool, and then we're gonna do exactly the same thing. You got rail 1, you got rail 2, you got cross section 1, 2, and 3 here, and then you're gonna have something like this. And we're gonna take a look at the front view and do some comparison. As you notice, this is my original curve, and it doesn't think like it's super fit, right? So you can bump it up the rail number. The more rail that you have, the more it fitting into the curve that you want, right? So you can bump it up the number if you want. All right, but that's not the whole point for this demo here. The thing is, if you have a more line there, it just have more point to edit. Sometimes I just don't want to have too many line because it's just gonna cause the problem. It look like it's bumpy surface. Anyway, come back to here. That we have this surface right here, and how do we in the sub D to make it into solid is we can offset this guy. I'm going to offset exactly 0.8 for the distance, and I'm gonna flip it all of them inside. All right, we do exactly the same thing like a regular Rhino NURBS. All right, so now you have something look like this. Again, if you take a look on the render view, it's really hard right there, right? But in the sub D, you have something called remove crease. So we're gonna pick up everybody and hit enter. Now look beautifully, it will remove the crease and it will make it nice and smooth and nice, you know, rounded form. And that's why I feel like sub D is really worth for you to upgrade. Another thing that we can do to have that P-pop looking shape is for those two, before we actually making any surface, I actually want to rebuild them into a shape has a lot more point. In this case, for example, I want a 17 point. I choose the odd number because they will be the one in the middle, and make sure degree is equal 3. And you can make it sub D friendly if you want to, and let's click OK. All right, so with this one, I'm going to coming into my front view, and in my front view, going to turn on the control point. So I'm going to pick up the point, every other point, like this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. Okay, with all the point that I have coming into the top view, I'm gonna coming over and 1D scale them, something like this. All right, so now you can see this shape is a lot more interesting right here. The middle cross section right now, we need to have them go a little bit thinner, follow, you know, close to the new shape that we have. So we want to use the sub D sweep tool rail, and then you got rail 1, you got rail 2, you got cross section 1, 2, and 3, the same thing, right? But the thing is that you get something like this. Now, it will get this shape, like a really bumpy shape like this, is because it tried to follow the gap that you have in between two rails. Unlike Rhino, there's no maintain high option on here, so this is not the foam that we're looking for. However, if we are using this curve instead, so that instead of this like bumpy surface there, it might change the look. All right, let's give it a try. Sub D sweep to rail. We got this rail 1, we got this rail 2, and we got cross section 1, 2, and 3, and then we'll get something like that. Now, if front view let look all right, and the back is another story, right? So we only need half of this, is don't worry about it, right? So what I like to do is I like to get rid of ugly side, or the side that I don't need it, completely delete one of them. And then I want to moving this guy a bit further from the center. And then I wanted to have this one to mirror to the other side. So let's go ahead to snapping here and here. to get a better transition in the middle. And then we have something look like this. Now I need to connect it both, so we're gonna use the sub-D command for bridge. And then within the bridge, it's going to ask you to selecting the edge. So I'm going to pick up these edges right here at the beginning, holding my shift and click on the very end. And then double click on neighbor. So now you select the whole thing. Let's hit enter. Let's do it one more time. I'm going to click right here on the first loop, and then moving to the other side, zooming, holding the shift, click one more time here, double click on the neighbor and hit enter. So then we will have a really nice surface right in the middle, and then two sides will be the same, right? So beautiful shape. Now how do we make it into the certain thickness that we want? We want to use the same thing, offset, and we want to offset inside, and we'll have this shape right here. And then we're gonna remove the whole thing and hit enter, and then we'll get really nice shape here. So let's render this guy. This will be from the Rhino, this will be those two from the sub-D, and it's really nice and smooth on the edges. I hope you enjoyed the video and enjoy the sub-D, the beautiful strong function for really smooth surface and the edge. Thank you for watching. If you like the sub-D, check out my course with the sub-D. I have a step-by-step instruction to use all this command right here. See you next.